In Trenton and in Washington, the parties continuously demonstrate that they are incapable of working together toward a common goal. Look at how hard President Obama tried to get Republicans to set aside partisan politics and Democrats to give up the opportunity to load the stimulus bill with wasteful earmarks. We can no longer afford partisan approaches to nonpartisan issues. We can no longer afford long-term planning whose calculus stops at the next election. If we're going to create jobs, restore fiscal sanity, and prepare New Jersey to compete in the economy that we will find ourselves in when this recession ends, it will take a governor of neither party, someone with no axe to grind and a proven record of bringing people together to solve problems. That's why I am announcing today that I am running as an independent for governor of the state of New Jersey. I'm running as an independent because only an independent governor who is not beholden to the special interests can make the changes needed to save the state that we love. Only an independent governor who does not have to worry about whether his party will pick up seats in the next election can truly afford to make decisions in the interest of all of the citizens of New Jersey. We are at a crossroads, and it's time for a new leadership approach. States from Connecticut to Maine to Minnesota have elected governors that are independent. And New York City has prospered with an independent, Michael Bloomberg, as its mayor. I'm in this race to change New Jersey. And this year, the only way to change New Jersey is to change the governor. I know it won't be easy. My wife, Bea, and my daughters, Alexander and Justine, who are all here with me today, realize that it will be hard on our family. But we love New Jersey, and I have the expertise, the track record, and the commitment to get the job done. I was born and raised in New Jersey. Bea and I met here, married here, and raised our family here. We spent summers down the shore, the Jersey Shore. My grandfather taught electrical engineering at Rutgers and wrote several of its fight songs. My father was mayor of Bernards Township, and my mother was a school teacher and active in many church organizations. Bea prizes this country, this state, and our freedoms. She was born in Hungary and did not speak a word of English when she came to Newark as a 5-year-old after Soviet tanks violently suppressed the 1956 Hungarian Revolution. I was honored to serve as Deputy Chief of Staff in the Governor's Office, as Commissioner of the Department of Environmental Protection, and as Regional Administrator for the United States Environmental Protection Agency. I know how government works. I now work on brownfields redevelopment in the private sector and have served as a volunteer on numerous nonprofit boards. I know the potential of public-private partnerships, and I know how to make them work. Most recently, I chaired a task force of business, environmental, nonprofit, and governmental leaders who over a 4-month period agreed unanimously on recommendations to streamline permit processing within the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. I know how to bring people together. And that's what we need to do as a state, to come together, all of us, Democrats and Republicans, independents and so-called unlikely voters, business and labor, environmentalists, nonprofit leaders, senior citizens and young people, to work on solving New Jersey's most intractable problems. The times of deepest crisis are the times of greatest opportunity for fundamental change. Think about Franklin Delano Roosevelt creating the New Deal in the depths of the Depression, or Ronald Reagan coming in on the heels of the Iran hostage crisis and facing down the Soviet Union. Roosevelt and Reagan shared something in common, something vital to leadership: optimism. Optimism is the belief that if we make the right decisions, we can make the future better for our children. Too many New Jerseyans no longer believe that New Jersey's best days are ahead of us. We need to change that belief by changing today's reality. I'm an optimist about New Jersey and about our shared future. We have the opportunity to change, but that change will not come from within the two political parties. The two parties got us into this mess, and the two parties are too close to the problem and too invested in the current system. Their minds are closed, and they claim their hands are tied. They've lost the independence necessary to find new and creative solutions. Yes, our problems are daunting. Despite spending $20,000 per pupil, as many as 90% of our inner-city high school graduates enter college needing remedial help in reading, writing, and arithmetic. We have to reassess our own math, the math that says that spending dollars equals results, and start putting the interests of students ahead of the interests of the education establishment. We must use whatever works, public, private, religious, charter, vocational, or home-based schools. This is not just a financial or educational issue, it's a moral issue. More than ever, a healthy environment and a healthy economy go hand in hand. We must invest. We must make New Jersey the center of the new green economy that will be the next Silicon Valley. And that means investing in our universities and colleges so that the state that once boasted Edison and Einstein, Sarnoff and Bell Labs no longer has to apologize for a university-based research and development sector that ranks 19th in the nation. We need to work together to reform our regulatory environment to make it easier for businesses to relocate here or to expand. And we need to do this without sacrificing environmental protection. We need to bring together all the stakeholders to find an alternative to a COA process that has fostered suburban sprawl and overdevelopment, endangered environmental quality, and most important, has failed to provide the affordable housing we need, particularly in our communities that have jobs and that are served by mass transit. We need to expand mass transit. We need to use the state plan to foster redevelopment in our cities to build their tax base. And we need to implement best practices in healthcare, social services, and throughout our government. Together, we can take advantage of our location, our natural resources, the high-end industries already headquartered here, and most of all, the brains, the drive, and the willingness to work of our people. We can make New Jersey not only competitive, but an economic power in the new economy that will emerge over the next decade, but only if we are willing to face the challenges squarely. Most of all, we need to get our fiscal house in order, to put an end to state and local government spending beyond the means of our citizens, because that's the single most important thing that we can do to ensure our future economic prosperity. I'm ready to take on that challenge, and I believe that other New Jerseyans are too. We're going to bring together the best minds and talents of New Jerseyans from all segments of society to work on rebuilding this great state of ours. I invite you to visit my website at daggettforgovernor.com and to share your ideas, your creativity, and your solutions to the problems that plague our state. It's time to put New Jersey first. So today I'm asking you to join our campaign. In truth, this is your campaign. Without the strong support of New Jerseyans who have had enough of politics as usual, we will never change our state. So please talk to your neighbors. Volunteer for the campaign. Organize your block or town. Host a house party. If we can find just 36,000 New Jersey voters who care enough about the state to invest just $100 in my campaign, the $3.6 million we raise will put our voice on the ballot, get our voice into the debates, and take full advantage of the public matching funds so that we can mount a successful campaign to change New Jersey. Only with your voice, your involvement, and your vote can we make New Jersey the state that we know it can be. We are going to change New Jersey. We have no other choice. I'm proud to announce my independent candidacy for governor of New Jersey. Thank you for attending, and if there are any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.